Hi, Brad Porter here. Again, with a little more bonus content from my trip to upstate New York. This is my hometown church. This is the Borodino Methodist Church. Um, I remember going here as a kid. Just stopped in, visited with some folks that I've known for nearly 50 years. Amazing to see them. Amazing to chat, including my first Sunday school teacher. There's a story I remember when I first came to this church. When I first came to church, there was a pastor named Stephen Kish, and he cared a lot about attendance on Sundays. Um, he would uh, uh, sitting in church, up next to picture of Jesus was the attendance placard that told you how many people were here last week, how many people were here this week. They would fill it in later in the service, and what the record was. And I think about this like metrics as a motivator. By focusing every week on that attendance number, right? By focusing on that record, it made you aspire to wanting to beat last week's attendance, and it made you want to figure out how in the world were we ever going to meet the record attendance. And so he didn't have to evangelize or like cajole the community into wanting to bring more people to church, because you wanted to see that metric go up. And it was, after, the ushers would collect the offering, he would ask for the count, and he would just say, here's what the count was this week. In business, in work, I think people are motivated to move metrics up and to the right, or to beat previous weeks, or to beat, we, uh, in our work, we're moving carts, right? And we're deploying robots. And so we've taken a focus on how many robots do we have deployed in the field, how many carts have we moved, and really just, motivating the whole team around how do we move those numbers higher and higher and higher. So something to think about in our business world. Something that, is ingrained in me from age 5 was this motivation that we have around metrics and consistency and, streaks, and just using those as tools in business, not as a way to kind of constantly have to push people, but as a way to motivate people towards something bigger. Um, Anyhow, hope this tip was helpful, and neat to be back here, my hometown.